In this video, I'll be sharing with you guys the 5 investments that you can make in 2021 that has potential gains. That's amazing, right? Hi guys, my name is Jan. I'm the founder of The Present, where we talk about business, finance, and life-related matters. If you're interested about those topics, don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell so that every time we have new videos, you will get notified. Now guys, 2020 is over. Thank God, right? It has been a rough year for most people. A lot of people lost their jobs. Some businesses are struggling, or most businesses are struggling, and that's also the reason why the stock market is also down. Because if the businesses are struggling, then stock market is also down. It kind of is connected in a way, right? So 2021 is going to be a new year. We still are very uncertain as to what's going to happen to the economy, if it's going to bounce back, or is it going to go down, or whatsoever. And no one can really predict the future. But there are some things that we can still do, and that is investing, right? It is one of the best ways for us to beat inflation. And here in the Philippines, it's around 3% to 5% on a yearly basis. So if you can make more money that can beat the inflation through investing, that's the best way that you can do, okay? So what are these things? The first one is, this is non-negotiable for me, which is you have to really invest in yourself, guys. When it comes to investing in yourself, you have to understand like everything, okay? For example, if you want to be a businessman, then you invest in yourself in terms of attending courses that allows you to become a businessman. If you want to invest in a certain stock or in a certain market, it may be crypto market, stock market, whatsoever market. And if you want to minimize your risk and maximize your gains, that you have to invest in yourself first. It is really not a good idea for you to invest your money in a certain asset class if you yourself don't even know what it is. If you yourself don't even know how it works, what's the concept of it, how it makes money, is it even legal, is it legit, or whatsoever, right? And this has been a thing that I have been sharing to people like ever since, that you really have to invest in yourself, because the more that you do, the chances of you winning in terms of your investments is really high, because you know what you're getting yourself into. That's number 1, okay? Number 2 is real estate, right? Real estate. The good thing, well, it's also a bad thing, right? The good thing about this pandemic is that a lot of people invested in a certain real estate. It may be condominium, it may be a house and lot that they are paying on a monthly basis prior to the pandemic. Okay, when everything was doing well, when everyone has jobs, when everybody has a lot of like good businesses. And so they invested during those times because they think that they can afford it on a monthly basis. Okay? However, during the pandemic, a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people are suffering in terms of their businesses, and they had to liquidate some of their assets. And one of the assets that they have to liquidate is their real estate. If you have the extra cash, you have the advantage because you can dictate the price that you want to buy it for, and then the chances of the seller giving you that price is high. Because they don't have a choice. They need the money. You have the money. You have what they want, so they can give you what they need. Do you get it so far? And a lot of, for example, if you want to buy some condominium units, this is just an example. Most of the real estate developers that I know, they are giving flexible payment terms, and at the same time, they are also finding ways to give more discounts or lesser reservation fees or whatsoever, because they need a sale, right? They need a cash flow, money coming in to their account. Okay, so that's the second thing, real estate. In fact, in our case, we invested in real estate during the pandemic. One real estate during the pandemic and one real estate prior to the pandemic. So that's amazing. The third thing is that you can also invest in the stock market. Right now, guys, if we are looking in the Philippine stock market, it's around 7,300 points as of this recording. 7,200 to 7,300 points. The all-time high, as far as I can remember, is around 9,000. So that's like a gap of 1,800. And if the market's going to bounce back, which according to history, the stock market is gonna really go up, right? In a long-term investment. And so there's a chance that it may also break the resistance, the 9,000 points resistance. So if that's the case, if you're going to invest in a certain stock market, in the stock market, the chances of you increasing your money is actually high. But obviously, what I'm referring to the stock market is that you have to pick a certain stock. For example, it may be Jollibee, it may be Pure Gold, it may be MM, it may be Dito, it may be whatsoever. Okay? So if you want to invest in a specific stock, then you have to make sure that it has an intrinsic value. It's low today, but it has a good chance that it's going to bounce back in the future, right? The future may be tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, as long as it has a chance it's going to increase. That's the stock market. You have to pick a certain stock. So that's the third one. The fourth one is what we call ETFs, Equity Trust Fund. The stock market, guys, you can actually invest in the stock market by picking a specific stock that you want to invest in, and then hopefully it's going to go up, right? And then it also has a chance to give you dividends. It really depends on what kind of stock you are choosing, okay? There's also what we call ETFs, which is basically like a specific portfolio that you can buy, and it really depends on what the portfolio is or comprises of. So for example, ETFs, right? We have the FM ETF, which comprises the PSEI, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, which means the top 30 companies in the Philippines. In the US, they have what they call S&P 500, right? Which is the top 500 companies in the United States. So if you buy that certain ETF, okay, you're technically investing in the top 30 companies in the Philippines or the top 500 companies in the United States. So you are diversified. Unlike if you invest in the stock market, you are betting in a way that this certain stock will do well. And if it does, then congratulations. But if it doesn't, then lesson learned, maybe. I don't know. Right? So that's the difference between investing in a specific stock and ETF. They belong in the same category, which is stock market, but the stock picking is different from the ETF. I hope that makes sense. So that's number 4. Number 5, investment is cryptocurrency. So guys, as of this recording, Bitcoin and Ethereum and the cryptocurrency market is really going up. Try to imagine in a short span of time, from $9,000, it became $33,000. I'm referring to Bitcoin, and that's a huge leap. And that's also the reason why a lot of people think that it's a scam. A lot of people think that it's good. Some want to invest. Some are skeptical about it or whatsoever, right? In fact, as of now, $33,000 is its all-time high in terms of the value of Bitcoin. Okay? So, cryptocurrency, how it works is that for me, it's gonna be like the disruptor of the finance industry, right? So if Facebook was able to disrupt the news or the media industry, and Airbnb was able to disrupt the real estate industry, the cryptocurrency, the blockchain technology is going to be the same thing with the finance thing, okay? And Bitcoin, Ethereum, they are the most popular, but Bitcoin is actually like the mothership in a way, or the spearhead of all the cryptocurrencies, okay? And there you go. So those are the 5 things. And the good thing about it, guys, these 5 things, yourself, real estate, stock market, ETF, and cryptocurrency, I was able to invest in all of these back in 2020. And even up to now, it's doing well. And I'm not going to say that it's going to do well this year, because again, I don't want to predict all the things or these things, right? Because the markets are very uncertain. But I think maybe it's going to go up, but I'm in it for the long term, so I don't really care if the price action on a daily basis will go down or will go up, as long as it in the long term it's going to do well. Okay? So, I'm sure that this is quite an information overload, but there is a process that can help you out with this in terms of identifying what's a good investment for you. And actually, we have a collaboration with NBU this coming January 28 to 30. Right? The link is around this video. Actually, it's in the description. If you want to join that event, feel free to join the event. I will be talking about wealth creation, and together with 20 plus speakers who will be talking about different things: e-commerce, personal development, freelancing, and so on and so forth. All right? So guys, those are the things that you can invest in 2021 that has potential gains. Now, maybe I didn't mention everything, and you have also you also have investments that you think it's going to be well or do well this coming 21, let us know in the comment section, and see you on the next video.